The Democrats never stop pushing for diversity, or in actuality, they never stop pushing for the appearance of diversity. They're not at all interested in diversity of thought. They expect and even demand that everyone agree with their political and ideological agenda. It's important to them for people to look different so that they can claim diversity while actually allowing none at all. Diversity means variety, right? A diverse group of people is a group of people who have a variety of abilities and beliefs. The problem is that Democrats try to establish a variety through the markers of race, ethnicity, gender, and sexual orientation. And why is that a problem? Because you have to necessarily stereotype and generalize to assume that two people of the same race have anything much in common, or that two people from different races don't. What's the difference between me, a white guy, and some random black guy? Obviously, our race is different, but does that have anything to do with how we're actually different? I played baseball in college, and my best friend and I had a lot in common. We were both from small towns, we enjoyed the same music, we had the same sense of humor, we played the same sports and took the same classes. We were pretty much inseparable on and off the field. So does him being black and me white make us very different? Or does our shared outlook on life make us very much alike? In the hands of the Democrats, diversity ends up being based on appearance and other superficial identifiers, and not on actual beliefs or abilities. To pursue diversity in the way that they do, they must assume that blacks, or Hispanics, or gays, or Muslims are essentially interchangeable, all the same, based on a group identity that has been assigned to them by, you guessed it, the Democrats. And it works, because the minute that anybody from any of these groups dares to step out of their assigned group identity, they are attacked as traitors to that group. So what is it that the Democrats seek to gain from this enforced conformity? Votes. The push for diversity through immigration is about votes, and to make it stick, they must convince immigrants that Republicans hate them. If a conservative promotes an immigration policy based on beliefs compatible with ours and skills needed by our economy, he or she is immediately tarred as being racist or xenophobic. You do that often enough, people begin to believe it, especially people trying to immigrate to the US who don't know what's really going on. Can't we recognize that there are people whose beliefs are contrary to what our Constitution stands for, and that letting them into our country is a bad move? We'd all agree that we shouldn't bring in German skinheads and that their beliefs are at odds with our values. But what about Muslims who support Sharia law and subjugate women? You see, we're allowed to judge the first group by their beliefs, but not the second group. Why? Because the Democrats assume that the second group will vote for them. You know, because those Republicans are such racists. The push for color diversity through immigration, combined with the demonization of their opponents as racist, is nothing more than a political ploy that the Democrats use to gain power. Don't think for a second that they're serious about true immigration reform or border security. The big diversity scam is their golden ticket. And that's the simple truth.
Thanks for watching. Please consider becoming a supporting member of Blue Collar Logic. Look for the link in the description and give what you can.